Hey Leap family, Leigh here, Senior OT at our West Loop Leap Forward location. Before we get started and jumping into our material, I want to give a little background about Scribe Tribe, why I developed it, how I developed it, and why we follow the letter progression that we do. I started Scribe Tribe after being trained in Handwriting Without Tears and Connect Experience Write, CEW, which are two different handwriting programs. So something I want to talk about in terms of our letter progression before we get started is that OT is coming at a different perspective than teaching in terms of writing. We're not starting at A and ending at Z, because what we're looking at is those actual lines on the paper. So when we start to learn how to write, things like vertical lines are going to come first, then horizontal lines, then circles, intersecting lines, diagonals, and finishing out with things like a triangle. Think about the letter A, how you have to start at that point and get those two diagonal lines to touch. I wouldn't be doing my due diligence as an occupational therapist if I didn't discuss some sensory considerations before we get started as well. Make sure you're setting your child up for success by creating an environment that's going to support their learning. So turn off the TV if that's distracting. Make sure that there's not too much visual distractions in front of them when they are at that table. Think about noise. Would a noise machine be beneficial? There's some wonderful apps. You can also do a quick YouTube search for some calming sounds. Think about things that your child uses in their daily life for sensory support. It's like a weighted stuffed animal, a chewy. I know that my body really is supported by gum or having some water around to drink. Think about the time of day that you're gonna be doing this as well. Is your child more of a morning person, evening? Make sure you're not trying this at a time right before lunch when they might be feeling hungry. Think about the smells. Is someone cooking something super delicious in the kitchen right now that's gonna be distracting? Would your child benefit from some movement before they sit down at the table? My guess is probably yes. Hey Scribe Tribe, it's me, Miss Leigh. It's time to talk about our letter of the week, J. Hope you guys are thinking about some of your favorite J words or names. Maybe some of our friends here have a first name that starts with J, so that should be super exciting for you. Just like when we're at Leap, we gotta get started by getting our bodies ready to write. All right, guys, so everybody make your body look like my body. Here we go. I have 10 little fingers and they all belong to me. I can make them do things, just you wait and see. I can shut them up tight or open them wide. I can put them together or make them all hide. I can make them jump high. I can make them jump low. I can fold them quietly and hold them just so. I have 10 little fingers and they all belong to me. Do you have 10 fingers too? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yay! All right, Scribe Tribers, now that we have our bodies ready to write, let's talk about how we're gonna make our letter J's. So grown-ups, what I'm gonna need you to do is grab that piece of paper or that dry erase board that you're using and make 2 dots. We're gonna use these as visual cues. I'm taking this from the CEW handwriting program that I'm trained in. So we're gonna make a dot at the top and at the bottom. And then what I'm gonna have you guys do is grab your writing utensil. And I really want you guys to focus on those auditory cues. So really repeating what I'm saying over and over again as the way for our kiddos to help remember that letter formation. So any letter, and my Scribe Tribers know this, we always start our letters at the top. So Scribe Tribers, grab your markers, jump your marker to the top dot. What you're gonna do is you're gonna make a big curve down and around, then jump your pencil back up to the top and make that little line across. Keep going over this. Parents, you might need to draw it first and then help your kids with some hand-over-hand assistance to trace that J that you've drawn, but just keep going over it as many times as they can tolerate while using those verbal cues. So, start at the top, big line down and around, jump that pencil back up to the top and do that little line across. Again, looking for that good postural stability in their chair, making sure we don't have that gross palmar grasp on our writing utensil, looking for that dynamic tripod grasp at the ends of the fingertips, and just keep going over this as many times as you feel comfortable. All right, kiddos, make sure that you're thinking about starting at the top, big line down and around, jump that marker back up to the top, and do that little line across. Stay tuned for some more tactile-based activities to help really solidify that formation in our kiddos' heads and help to remember it for the next time that they're ready to write their letter J. Thanks so much, guys.